Hey, it's Kara and Dobie Joe back again. Hey, Dobie. Let's work on Sloop, John B. Page 40 in your primer book. We got a lot of warm-up exercises at the top of this page. I'm going to read what I wrote. You will be picking single-string eighth notes in this song. Oh, that's a big deal. Pick the first eighth note in an away motion. Pick the second eighth note backwards, okay, in a back motion. This will take some practice. Repeat these moves slowly to warm up. Boy, that is good advice. All right, I didn't realize we were going to do this. So this is going to be kind of a neat workout. Exercise 1, we go 0, 1. All right, so we've got 0, 1 and they're eighth notes, so it's played away, back on that single string, okay? Now what you might want to do, and this is not in the book, but you might want to go from string to string, like say start with your bass string, and go just away, back, and then go to your middle string, and then your melody string, and practice, get the feel for what that feels like, okay? Now those are all zeros, right? Fine and good. In this case, you are playing two notes next to each other as eighth notes, two separate notes, so you're going to go 0, 1, okay? So to warm up on that, I would do that over and over again. 0, 1, away, back, away, back, away, back, and do that until you can't stand to do it anymore, okay? That's the best way to practice. Now on exercise 2, we're going away, back, and we're resolving on the 2, okay? So you go away, back, and then 2 is an away, all right? Now, ditties, like we're playing on these single notes, are played just like our ditties when we're strumming full strum chords, right? So what we're doing is we're basically, to get more speed on those eighth notes, we're doing them using the same down-up or away-back technique as we do on our strums. We're just doing single strings. Away, back. Did you decide to come back? Did you miss me? Okay. Exercise 2, one more time. You're going away, back on the 1, and away on the 2. Okay? Okay, so you want to try that several times. Okay? Like that. Okay? Exercise 3, you're going from 1 to 0 on your melody string. And I would do that over and over and over again. Okay? Now, when you actually put that into the actual tablature I've got here, you're going to do exercise number 4, which is 1, 0, and then 2. What if exercise 2, we did that 1, 0 with our middle finger so that our pointer finger can grab that 2 without much problem. Watch what I mean. 1, 0, 2. See how my fingers are just kind of hanging out over those spots anyway? 1, 0, 2. Now remember, in this whole video series, I'm always exaggerating my finger movements. Sometimes I even bring my hand up like this. When you actually see me play, you're going to think I've got my fingers sleeping on the fretboard all the time, but I'm just barely lifting up. I'm always keeping my fingers sort of hovering where they might be needed next, all right? Don't do as I do, because I'm just showing you what my fingers are doing by exaggerating the moves. If you played like that all the time, you'd waste an awful lot of time and energy moving your hand up and down and around and all that crazy stuff. You don't want to do that. Okay, so back to exercise 4. Let's use our middle finger on the 1, we open it up, and then our first finger is ready for that 2, all right? And probably what I would do is I would actually mark that on my music. Now I'm going to renege. I'm going to have a little argument with myself here, and I'd like to do that in front of you because this is what you're going to do every time you pick up a new piece of dulcimer music. You're going to look at it, you're going to try to figure out what fingering works best for you, and you're going to hit obstacles. And I just looked down at that last line where we're going to be applying exercise 4, and I see something interesting. The very last line of the song, second measure, we're going to be playing an A chord. Alright, that changes everything. Because what I want you to try on this, and this is, again, this is bonus material that doesn't come with the book. You're going to play that A, and then your finger right here is already on that 1. You're going to hit it, lift it up, and look where my thumb is. It says, hey, I'll play the 2 for you. I got the 2, I got the 2. So watch this, all right? I'll stop yammering on here and just show you what I'm talking about. A chord, pick the single 1, lift it up that finger. I left that down the whole time. Don't lift him up, you don't need him anywhere else yet. And my thumb was ready to play that 2 for me, all right? So what that means, on exercise 4 at the top of the page, let's add a little bit to that. Exercise 4, instead of just playing that 1, let's play an A chord. Put an A chord in position, but only pick the melody string, lift up your finger, and then put your thumb down like that. Watch that again. This is exercise 4, completely different than I just told you earlier. I reneged. A common term used when my family gets together to play euchre. Uh-oh, Kara reneged again. I'm pretty bad when I play euchre. All right. There is anything else there I need to talk to you about? All right, how about if we just play it and then we'll break it down again, all right? Oh, yeah, before we do, let's talk about exercise 5. We kind of already did. Exercise 6, we're going to go from a 0 to a 1 to a 2. Where do we do that? 0, 1, 2. Okay. That's going to happen on the melody string when we get to line 3, measure 2. The second measure there on the 3rd line, we've got 3s on the middle string. Okay, so for exercise 6, you're going to be safe to use your middle finger and your index like that, but make it cleaner on that 1 than I just did. Okay, all right. Then exercise 7. It's just a 4 and a 3, but full strums. 4, 3, away, back. All right? All of those exercises across the top you need to practice repeatedly until they feel comfortable for you. All right, we have another pickup note starting off this song. It happens on the 4th beat of the invisible measure, or the measure that's not existent there. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then we pick that note. Okay. All right. The other little note that I gave you in this is on the tablature above line 3 where you play that A chord. I wrote out A chord, so I don't want you to forget that. And on line 3, the same thing happens on the G chord. I've written that out for you so you won't forget it. All right. I don't mean to discount you. Here we go. Let's play it a little bit slower the first time we do this. I'm going to take it all the way down into the 50s. We're going to take it at 54. Here we go. I'm going to full 4-beat count, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to come in, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. To me was that I did a few things that I didn't tell you to do. So this might be a do as I say and not as I did kind of a lesson. Where was that thing that caught me off guard? Oh, I think I did a couple of aways instead of an away back on something. All right. I was thinking too hard about it. Let's speed it up a little bit and try that again. Let me see if I can be more consistent with my away backs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That made much more sense. Last line. Much better than the first round I did for you. Alright, you got to practice this hard, because this is, if you ask me, hitting those single notes in the middle of the strings like that, this is not an easy lesson. It sounds like it should be easy when you play it, but this is by far not an easy lesson, so don't take this lightly. Practice those single notes that pop in and out of those chords, because that's big time stuff. Alright, the next time we get together we're going to learn the old gray mare, as in she ain't what she used to be. Page 41, okay? Practice hard for me, and I'll see you next time.